You're listening to the Hour of the Time. I'm your host, William Cooper, tonight coming to you directly from Waco, Texas. Following the Randy Weaver episode, I predicted that the next target would be a larger, most probably a religious group, and I was right. When Branch Davidian was attacked, I stated that unless the American people rise up and stop this debacle, that they would all be killed, and they were. I further predicted that if they get away with this, it will escalate across the country, and the Constitution will be no more. President Clinton confirmed my prediction on April the 22nd when he said in a speech, quote, "If anyone is thinking of joining a cult, or if you are a member of a cult, take this as a warning," unquote. Folks, you're next. And the search for the truth continues in Waco, Texas. CAGI is here in force, folks. I'm here heading up a task force of our more experienced and our long-time investigative team members who usually do this kind of thing for a career. We are covering Waco, Texas and the surrounding countryside like a net, and nothing is going to escape our attention. I guarantee that. We have already uncovered a series of lies that began well before February the 28th, when the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms led their abortive and disastrous raid upon the church known as Branch Davidian. We're going to let you in on some of our findings during this broadcast. And I'm telling you right now, folks, this is the last series of warnings that I can issue. I will continue broadcasting. I will continue bringing you information as long as there is life in my body. But this is the very last series of warnings that I can bring you. For the Constitution, for all intents and purposes, is already dead and buried, along with the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and everything else that this country was founded upon. We have discovered a pattern of operation by federal agencies that tells us that they scrapped the Constitution of the United States of America a long time ago. And unless we stand up now as one united body of human beings across this country to reinstate that Constitution and that Bill of Rights, round up all the traitors in this country, put them behind bars, and try them for treason, this country is no more. Is no more. You see, I thought, and many others thought, that the Constitution was at least up there figuratively, that they had not really trashed it as of yet. Well, I was wrong, folks. What we have discovered here in Waco, Texas, is that there is no Constitution, no Bill of Rights, no protection for individual liberties, and probably has not been for some time. So stay tuned. What you're going to hear tonight is going to amaze you. It's going to anger you. I hope it will spur you finally to some kind of action, and if this doesn't, nothing will. If this doesn't, nothing will. And if the American people don't take action against this kind of thing ever happening again, if they don't reinstate the Constitution and the Bill of Rights now, after this, then I'm not going to keep up any pretense any longer that we're going to somehow magically save ourselves, because if this does not stir America to action, nothing will. Nothing. There will be no action. And all this talk about patriots rising up and making sure that the Constitution stands is just talk. Hot air coming from a lot of bullshitters all around this country. Because if it doesn't happen now, it's never, ever going to happen, folks. If it doesn't happen now, it tells me that the New World Order has solidified so much of a propaganda advantage over the minds of the American people that the cause is already lost. It's a foregone conclusion that the New World Order will be the power. Will be the power. When the President of the United States can make the statements that he is making, when a Senator, DeConcini from Arizona, can make the statements that he made on Larry King Live the other night, when the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Justice Department, and the White House can make the American people listen to and believe the tremendous series of lies that they have perpetrated against the church known as Branch Davidian and against the Constitution and the American people, if they can do that, and if the American people can't even begin to see through it, even though every lie that they have told from the beginning they have reneged on, they have changed, they have proven themselves that they have been lying without any investigation by anyone, even being needed to begin with. If they can pull all that off, then the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, is no more. The American people are farther gone than I ever believed in my wildest dreams, and this country is history. History. The New World Order is an established fact and is so powerful both in its propaganda arm and in its police state and in the fear that it is able to engender amongst the American people, that it's all over. All over. If all of those things that I have just outlined are true, it's all over, and anyone who tells you otherwise is a dreamer. A dreamer. And anybody who tells you that they're ready to stand up and protect the Constitution and the Bill of Rights by force of arms or any other means is a liar. Because they would have already done it.